Right, so this is what the track is sounding like at the minute. So let me just solo the vocals as well, just so you can hear those on their own.
Right here.
So that's what they're sounding like at the minute. There's a few different like layers to it, so I'm gonna go through it like individually. So yeah, the way that I've done these ones is with Loop Cloud to begin with. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for Loop Cloud. So if you want to sign up, use that link, and I think we'll get like 20p. But yeah, so let me just turn these vocals off. So yeah, step one would be just to find your vocals. So like, yeah, what I've done, if you've watched any of the other videos, so like Tech House Vocals one, what I've done is downloaded a load of vocals off Vocler. So if you don't know about Vocler, you should check it out. Loads of samples on there. Obviously they're not royalty free, so you need to be like careful with how you use them. But if you're using them like what we're going to do now, then hopefully nobody's going to like hear the samples, so you should get away with it. But yeah, so pick your vocal out first. The one I've used in this track was this one. So I'm just going to kind of go through the process of how I made these ones, to be fair, and then how you could go about trying to make a little
About this joint right here.
sound yourself. So like, to begin with, what I do is just flick through some of the presets on Loop Cloud. So once you've obviously got your vocal and, do you know what I mean, it's in the right key and like it already sounds quite good with your track anyway. But obviously what you want to do is make this sound, do you know what I mean, more tech housey, more, yeah, just a bit more glitchy and like not just a pure sample getting used, because obviously, yeah, you're probably going to get done for sampling. But if you be a bit more creative, then you're probably going to get away with it a little bit more. So yeah, let me just play the track, and then what I would do from here, once I've got the sample, is like flick through a few of these patterns to start with. So if we go on a few of these, I think this was the one I used. I think that was, I think that was a part that I used. So like what I would do there is just like export it. So once you find something that you like the sound of, like export it out so that you've got it as audio. So then you could, yeah, export this, keep that there. I think I just used like the end bit, so I cut that bit out maybe. So we'll go back to it and then maybe just go through a few more of the presets. Let's try one of these maybe.
You know what?
So with something like this,
You know what?
like, to be fair, yeah, something like that, you could just use that as it is. So turn that one on. But then what you could also do, if you're not quite keen on what it's actually saying, if you use this little button here, you can drag the sample, so it's going to give you like a different part of it. Yeah. could maybe be another one. So maybe let's copy that in. And then maybe just get one more. Let's go on. And if you want to make your own loops, you could like copy that over. So just try and copy that over there. So like if you got your pattern right first, and then you could like trying to get something that sounds alright. That would be alright. So like we could take that as well. So let's just stop it there. So like this is step one really, is just to get some like sounds, so some like chopped up loops that sound all right on their own. So like obviously like we could just use these as they are. So I don't actually like those reverby ones. They're a bit too much for me, I think. So like we could chop that out. We could, so let's just try and make a little loop with these sounds. And then step two would be like to add extra effects onto them to like to hide them even more. So what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna move them, put that there. Okay, that would probably be alright. So let's just use that for an example for now. So okay, that's fine for now. And then step two would be to like, even though obviously like this is like the same loop now going over and over, and this sound here, so let me just take this one for an example. So let's go back to this. So let me just turn that off. So
and every time I hear something about this joint right. And every time I hear something about this joint right.
So that would be the same loop, like the same sound happening there, happening there, happening there, happening there, like if all these other things weren't turned on. So like once you've got your sounds here, just turn this off. Like then this is another little plugin that I like, is the shaper box. So then like what you could do is try and find some effects within here that sound good. So let's just try and get a preset that sounds even that, for example. So what you could then do is like use, so if you liked that effect that was on then, so let's try and find a better one.
I hear something.
just gonna pick this for now, just so I'm not messing about for too long. So like, then what you could do is like just turn different ones on. So like, maybe you could call that like effect 1, and then you could duplicate that. So now when you go onto your automation, you could, oh come on, select that device on. So you could turn this one, you could have it on for this first one maybe, and then you could try and find something else for the second one. So let's just try and find another one. Let's use that one for now then. So like, you could turn that one on there. So let's go to this one, device on, and then you could just have this second one on for this bit, and you could do it again maybe. Try and find something again different. So maybe we go to something different now. So one of those scratchy ones. So that one we could use in this third bit. So let's go to the third one, device on, turn that one on there. So now we've got this one that's affecting this first bit, this one on this bit, this one on this bit. Obviously, if you want, you could get another one for that fourth bit, but for this video, I'm just going to do those 3. So then now you've got the same loop that's happening over and over, but it's obviously going to have a little bit more interest. So let's just see what it sounds like. So obviously, like, I've just done that really quickly, and we didn't spend much time like looking through the different sounds, but you can see how if you added a few more different versions, you could then, this loop that's only like 1 or 2 bars long, you could then basically create like an 8 bar or even a 16 bar loop if you wanted to, of different variations of when you're turning these different things on and off. All of a sudden this sound here goes from, let's turn all these off now. So I'm going to turn that off as well. So that would become boring very, very quickly if you just keep on going round. So that was what I wanted to show you anyway. So just how to make your own little kind of glitchy tech house vocals. That's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you find it helpful, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, guys.